Hello everyone, welcome to my channel today. Have you ever asked yourself if your time was counting down, what things would truly matter? How precious would the things we constantly postpone become? Today, in our series If I Had Only 1 Year to Live, we'll explore a topic that might surprise many: investing in Bitcoin before the US fully legalizes cryptocurrency. Not to be melancholic or regretful, but to awaken, to live fully in each present moment, while creating financial potential that could change the lives of ourselves and our loved ones. This isn't just about thoughts, but an invitation to action, for you and me to live a life without regrets. Let's begin this journey together. You know, when I was young, my father once told me, "Son, there are two types of decisions in life. Decisions you'll regret making, and decisions you'll regret not making. And if there's one thing I'm certain about, if I only had 1 year to live, I wouldn't want to miss the opportunity to invest in Bitcoin, not out of greed or crypto fever, but because of the historic change happening right before our eyes." Think about it, breakthrough technologies typically go through 3 phases: initially ridiculed, then fiercely opposed, and finally accepted as self-evident. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are transitioning from opposition to acceptance. And the moment when the US, the world's largest economy, fully legalizes crypto will be a monumental turning point. On my journey to understand Bitcoin, I met a friend working at a major tech company. He bought Bitcoin in 2013 when it cost just a few $100s. When I asked why he believed in Bitcoin so much, his answer kept me thinking, "I'm not investing in Bitcoin. I'm investing in a future where currency will be democratized, no longer dependent on any government or central bank." This made me realize, if I only had 1 year to live, I wouldn't just want to accumulate assets, but to be part of this financial revolution, an event comparable to investing in the internet in the 1990s. It's the feeling of participating in history, in the beginning of a new era. Did you know? When the US fully legalizes crypto, this won't just impact the price of Bitcoin and other digital currencies, but change how the world perceives digital assets. It will open new investment opportunities, new business models, and most importantly, a new way for us to interact with money. But how do you start investing in Bitcoin wisely, especially when time is limited? I'd like to share with you the 5-step process I would follow if I only had 1 year to live. Step 1. Educate yourself before investing a single penny. Instead of rushing to pour money into Bitcoin just for fear of missing out, I'd spend at least the first 2 to 3 weeks truly understanding it. Read Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system by Satoshi Nakamoto. Learn about blockchain, how digital wallets work, and the differences between exchanges. Never invest in something you don't understand, especially when time is precious. Step 2. Build a disciplined investment strategy. With limited time, I would apply the dollar cost averaging (DCA) method, investing a fixed amount into Bitcoin each month, regardless of whether prices go up or down. This helps avoid the common mistake of trying to catch the bottom of the market and reduces psychological risk. However, before excitedly pouring all your savings into crypto, remember the most important principle: only invest money you can afford to lose. For me, that would be about 5 to 10% of total assets, enough to create significant impact if Bitcoin rises strongly after US legalization, but not too much to endanger the quality of my remaining life. Step 3. Ensure absolute security for your digital assets. If I only had 1 year, I would want to make sure my Bitcoin would be safe and accessible to my loved ones after I'm gone. I'd invest in a hardware wallet like Ledger or Trezor instead of keeping coins on exchanges. Next, I'd create a crypto inheritance plan, clear instructions on how to access the digital wallet, including recovery keys, passwords, encrypted, and other important login information. Step 4. Diversify reasonably within the crypto world. Although Bitcoin is the king of cryptocurrencies, putting all your eggs in one basket isn't always wise. I would allocate about 70% of crypto capital to Bitcoin, 20% to Ethereum for its smart contract technology potential, and the remaining 10% to promising projects that could benefit from US crypto legalization, such as decentralized fintech projects that comply with regulations. Step 5. Combine investment with continuous learning. Each week, I'd spend at least 1 hour updating myself on new developments in the crypto space and especially the legal progress in the US. Join online communities, follow trustworthy experts, and even participate in virtual seminars. Not just for financial purposes, but for the joy of being part of a community shaping the future of global finance. Do you know what's interesting? Many people think that to invest in Bitcoin, you must buy an entire coin, currently worth tens of thousands of dollars. But in reality, you can buy a small fraction of Bitcoin, even with just $5. This makes investing accessible to most people. Behind the decision to invest in Bitcoin when time is limited are profound life lessons that I want to share with you. First, it's about living with a long-term vision even when time is short. There's an ancient Greek proverb, "A wise man plants trees whose shade he will never sit under." Investing in the future of digital currency is how we can impact the world even when we're no longer present in it. Second, it's a lesson about the value of strategically going against the crowd. As Warren Buffett once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." Although Bitcoin has grown tremendously, many remain skeptical. Daring to invest in breakthrough technologies before they're widely accepted requires courage and vision, important qualities when facing life's finitude. Third, it's about balancing risk and reward. Life is too short to only take the safe path, but too precious to gamble everything. Investing in Bitcoin with a wise strategy is the perfect metaphor for how we should live. Daring to take risks for things with great potential rewards, but always with contingency plans and necessary caution. And finally, it's about connecting with the future. When writer Isaac Asimov said, "Any sufficiently advanced technology is like magic," he perfectly described the feeling of participating in technologies reshaping the world. Investing in Bitcoin isn't just about money. It's a way to feel connected to the flow of history, to feel the pulse of the future. I believe one of the greatest fears when facing death isn't about what we've done, but what we haven't done. Opportunities not seized, risks not taken, paths not traveled. Investing in Bitcoin before US legalization is one way to say, "I saw the future coming, and I dared to be part of it." Now, I want to issue a 7-day challenge to all of you, whether you're considering investing in Bitcoin or not. For the next 7 days, spend 15 minutes each day learning about one aspect of cryptocurrency or blockchain. It doesn't necessarily have to be about investing. It could be about the technology behind it, potential applications in healthcare or education, or even the environmental impacts of crypto mining. After a week, ask yourself, if I only had 1 year to live, would understanding this financial revolution be important to me? Would I want to be part of it? If the answer is yes, start with a small amount, even just $10, and experience the feeling of owning a small piece of the future. Don't see it as a gamble, but as tuition to understand one of the most important inventions of the 21st century. If the answer is no, that's completely fine. The most important lesson here isn't about Bitcoin, but about daring to question your assumptions, daring to learn new things, and making decisions based on your own understanding rather than the crowd. Leave a comment below about what you learned during this 7-day challenge, or about your crypto investment experience if you're already part of this community. Your sharing might inspire others looking for their own path. Life isn't measured by the years we live, but by how we live those years. Imagine a year from now, looking back and smiling because you didn't let opportunities to invest in the future pass by without seizing them. I'm not advising you to pour all your savings into Bitcoin or any other investment. Instead, I invite you to think about allocating a small portion of your assets to technologies that could reshape the world, not just for potential profits, but for the feeling of participating in history. If this video brought you a new perspective, please leave a comment about your experience. Each like, each share is motivation for me to continue this series, spreading meaningful ideas to more people. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss the next episode in the If I Had Only 1 Year to Live series. Because whether time is long or short, what matters most is how we use it. See you next Friday with the topic, If I Had Only 1 Year to Live, I Would Learn a New Language. Remember, each moment is a gift. Open it with all appreciation.